So in this video, we'll talk about MC-Diamets inequality. So up to this point, almost every concentration tool we have examined implies only two sums of independent random variables. But in MC-Diam, it removes that restriction. Just it gives an exponential concentration for an arbitrary function of independent variables and provide no signal coordination which can change the function by more than a fixed amount. So there was a Hoiferding ceiling and Hoiferding, Karnoff, and Bernstein all bound the deviation of a sum. And modern machine learning rarely works with plain averages. We care about empirical risk, rate, measure, complexity, clustering cost, edit distance, longest common subsequence, and many other non-linear functionalities, right? So MC-Diamond supplies the missing tool, which is concentration for any complex function of independent inputs as long as the function satisfies a uniform bounded differences condition. Now, the core intuition. So fix all variable except the ith one and change the single variable from xi to another variable x dash I. And the absolute change in the function value must be at most some constant ci. No matter what the other variables are and no matter what tools values we choose for the ith coordination. So no matter what the other variables are, or no matter what the two values we choose for the ith coordinates, in symbol we can write it like for every possible choice of the remaining arguments, like shown in this uh, equation here. So this must be a uniform worst case bound and average case behavior is not enough in this. Okay. Now, um, the statement of MC-Diamet's inequality, it assumes that x1 I dot xn till xn are mutually independent and f satisfies the bounded differences condition with constant ci till cn. So then for every epsilon not greater than equals to 0, not greater equals to, only greater than 0. So that's the condition, and the probability that the function deviates from its expectation more than the epsilon decay is exponentially. Uh, the rate is controlled by the squared Euclidean norm of the vector of difference bounds. And in every C1 equals 1 by n, the denominator becomes 1 by n, and we recover exactly the classical Hoeffding rate for an average. Now, the typical size of fluctuation scale as the square root of the sum of the squared difference bounds. So, if all C1 are of order 1 by n, the radius of the order 1 by root n, the familiar statistical rate. Okay. Now, if any single Ci remains of constant size, the radius stays of constant size and concentration, this fails. Then the geometry is therefore completely determined by how much influence each individual coordination is allowed to exert. Now, okay, then so here under the hood, the do martingale. Okay, so the each successive conditional expectations incorporate one more variable. So because of the bounded differences assumption, the martingale increments satisfy this equation, right? So which is like MC Damit's inequality simply assume as inequality applied to this particular martingale. Okay. Now, what is Azuma's inequality, which I took name? So, it is the state that any martingale choose uh, successive differences which are bounded by constant Ck concentrates exactly as this formula. Then, when the martingale is the loop sequence of a function with bounded difference, assume as this specializes to MC diamond. So, when the function is plain sum and each Ci equals the range of the corresponding summate, Azuma further specializes to the classical Hoeffding inequality, and the whole hierarchy therefore sits inside a single martingale argument. Then, when you face a new concentration problem, ask three questions in order. First, is the object of interest a complicated function of many independent variables? Second, are the variables truly independent? And third, does the function satisfy a uniform bounded differences condition with manageable constant Ci? So, if all the answers are yes, apply MC Diamond. Simple. And if independent fails, move to Friedman inequality of the martingales. If the differences are highly unequal or function is only Lipschitz in an average sense, so consider the Efron-Stein inequality that case. Then this works with variance rather than worst case bounds. Then one permanent warning is there that MCDMA controls the deviation around the expectation. It tells you nothing about the size of the expectation itself. So that quantity must be bounded by a separate argument. Okay. Then many standard functionals satisfy bounded differences with transparent constants. So empirical risk of a fixed hypothesis, changing one variable changes the average by the at most by 1 by n. So then comes rate matcher complexity, the same 1 by n difference bound appears here also. Then comes edit distance or longest common subsequence between two strings of length n. So each coordinate change the alerts and each coordinate the change alters the distance by at most 1, and so the concentration radius is of order 1 is of order root n, right? And then K means cost with bounded diameter R. Each point can change the cost by at most a constant multiple of R square, yielding a radius of R square by R square root n. Done. So in each case, the only work is to verify the uniform difference bound, and the exponential tail then follows for the tree. Now, uh, the classical generalization bound is obtained in two steps. First is apply MCDMA to the random variable. Changing one training example changes the supremum by at most 2 by n. And the concentration radius is therefore the order underscore log by 1 by delta by n. So then step 2 is the bound the expectation by the same supremum by twice the rate matches complexity of the hypothesis class. Now, MC diamond supplies the concentration and rate matcher complexity supplies the expectations, right? Now, proving this algorithm stability. So, MC diamond also converts algorithm stability into generalization. If an algorithm is uniform stable and changing one training point changes the loss of any other point by at most beta, then the generalization gap itself satisfies a bounded difference condition with constants of order b. And MC Diamond immediately implies that the gap concentrates around its expectation, which is itself controlled by beta. And the same reasoning applies to dropout marks and the neural networks and many other randomized or structured predictors. So once a uniform Lipschitz constant with respect to each data coordinate is established, concentration follows that only. Then boundaries and pitfalls. So first is the constants, like Ci must be uniform over the entire domain. Second is the variable must be independent, and third is if a few of Ci are large while the rest are small, the sum of square is dominated by those large terms. That is common. Now place in concentration hierarchy. So we can now see a full hierarchy here. Like whole fitting is independent bounded sums, then Kern of independent variables with the known moment generating function. Sub-Gaussian or sub-exponential is distributional tail assumption. And Bernstein is variance aware improvement still restricted to sums, and MC diamond is arbitrary function of independent variables under bound differences. So each step either relaxes the functional form or strengthens the distributional hypothesis. So MC diamond is the tool that finally lets us leave the world of pure sums and treat the non-linear objects that appear throughout modern learning theory. So that's all for this video. Hope you liked it. Thank you. Bye bye.